Hello, this is the Timeless Tropical card making kit. We've got 3 cards all featuring Call Me Clover, and they're all a bit of a fancy fold. So there's that one, and they're all showing off this magnificent paper. That one there, and then this one here is an easel fold. Okay, rightio. First card I've got is this one here. So it's got 2 parts. That part there, and the beautiful paper goes on there and there, and then you've got, there's your embellishments, your 2 pieces of So Saffron and Call Me Clover for inside and outside. Okay, let's start putting this one together. Okay, so that one goes right in the middle there, and then this one. There we go. Okay. On the inside, this is the inside panel for your writing panel. I'll just pop this one right in the middle, very middle. And then the So Saffron, this bit where you write your greeting to the lucky person who gets this card. Okay, now this one here is going to line up exactly over the top there. Now we've got to make sure we don't put glue all the way on the back. So I'm just going to flip it over that way and then use my line there to know where my glue goes to. Okay, so only that far. And then pop it on there, line it up perfectly, and then you don't have any extra glue there. Okay, this is the bit you're going to stamp on. Okay, so do your stamping before you stick it on. I'll just pop this one on. You can choose whatever greeting you like, whatever colour ink. So that's your greeting panel. And then we're going to do a couple of daisies. So pop one there and another one over the top. Now you can use your bone score or just your fingers and flick these up to make them look a little bit more realistic, have a little bit more body. Pop them. Now I'll put some glue on the back of that bow. Now I've offset it to make a fuller daisy there. Okay. This is the burlap trim. Now to make it more interesting, I'm just going to pull it apart at each side. Okay. And I find the best way to stick, oh, I should have put that on before I put my flower on. What a silly person. The best way to stick trim is to use tear and tape because it's nice and strong. I'm just going to lift up my petals there. And I can do that in a nice straight line. It's really hard to pull the backing off the trim when you put tear and tape on that, so I always make sure I put it on the cardstock. So rip that off there and then pop this dude underneath there. He'll have to go halfway over the flower, I think. Goodness gracious. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the leaves and stick the leaves underneath the petals there. Okay. I'm going to, because I've done that wrongly, just trim my braided trim and pull it again so that looks a bit better. Now you can add rhinestones or whatever you want to your daisy there. Okay, there you go. There's the first project done. You just have to do your stamping on that one. The second card, this is my favourite paper out of this suite. The second card has this very cool zigzag arrangement. So when you get it, you've got 2 score lines, so just fold it in a Z, okay? So you're going to have one piece of Daffodil Delight there and one on the front, so when it opens it comes like that. And then we'll add this and this to those, okay? So once again, put the paper onto that one I'm just doing quick gluing to show you how it works today. Okay, so there's that one. I'll put this piece onto the Daffodil Delight. I'm just going to rub that glue off there so I don't stick to it. There we go, beautiful. Now this one, again, the same thing. We only want to stick it to half. So I'm going to flip that over so I know exactly where my edge is. I only put glue to that edge. Flip it over again and line that up exactly. Okay. There you go, there's the card. Now this is the piece for the middle. You can put it there, but I love the paper so much I think I'm going to put it there for the writing panel. That way you still get to enjoy that. But if you like, you can put that there as well. So I'll just mount that on that one. I'll pop that there. Okay. And then the rest is just embellishment. This is your stamping panel, okay? This is for that to go underneath, so I'll pop that there. And I won't put my stamping panel on just there yet because I'm going to stamp on that. But then the other part of the card is these cute little flowers and a little bit of trim. Now on your card in your kit there's copper trim, which works exactly the same as the braided trim. You just pull it apart. I've tied it in a knot and then just glued it right where the knot is, okay? And then added the flowers around it once you've got your greeting done. All right, so that's that card. And then the last one is the easel card. Let's make sure I've got all my bits and pieces. Now there's a few die cuts in this one. All right. Now, which way does it? This way it goes. That way and then that way. So it's similar to the Z one, but the folding is the opposite direction. Whoops. Put that back out of the way. Rightio. So this is the front of the easel, the feature panel. So the beautiful umbrella lines. Stick that on there. And then vellum for the next layer. So I'm just going to put that right in the very middle because you don't want to see any adhesives. And then over the top of the vellum is going to go the pineapple. Now when I've die cut this, some have stayed in and some have popped out. You can pop them all out. I actually like what the pineapple looks with some in and some out, but it might just depend on how it cut when I was cutting them out. So I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on this one over the ones that are still stuck in to stick him in. One. Okay. And I think it goes, I can't remember which way pineapples go. Looks great both ways, I think. And a couple of dimensional. Now these leaves also pop out to give a beautiful textural element to the pineapple. Okay. Dimensional there. Okay. Pop that at the top of the pineapple. Isn't that cool? Once again, you've got some braided trim. If you don't like it, don't put it in. Use it for another project. It's yours as part of the kit and you can choose whatever you want to do with it. I've made like a little scarf out of my trim there. And I'm just going to add a dimensional at the back of that to hold that in place. Okay. And then stuck some flowers on with a bit of glue over the top of that. Okay, so that's the main panel. And then for the inside of the card, this is the large writing panel. Just put that down there. And a bit of paper. Oh, that was a bit crooked, Julia. A bit of paper at the top. Well, luckily it hasn't stuck. I've got a few hairy bits on the edge of my paper there. There we go. So that's that bit. And then I'll just leave those flowers. This bit goes on here. So once again, flip it over, measure it with the line. So you only put glue where it's supposed to go. Okay, and line that up there. So it's an exact fit. So there's the top of your pineapple, and then this bit you'll stamp your greeting, and it acts as an anchor. It works best if you put dimensionals underneath it so that it stands up a little bit, and it acts as an anchor for your easel. Okay, so I'll show you all those cards again. There's the easel card with the anchor. There's the groovy little Z fold, and the other one, the timeless tropical card kit.